All right, this is day 2 of rehearsals. 10 more semifinalists rehearsed for the first time. I will share with you my personal thoughts on those rehearsals and who surprised me the most, the best first impression. Let's summarize this all. Let's talk Eurovision. Hey everyone, it is Matt, ESC United, your favorite Eurovision channel. And this was another long day for me, 8+ hours live streaming, but it's so worth it because I'm gonna be honest, this is not just me brown nosing around. This was a fantastic day. There are a lot of countries that stepped forward and really impressed me. It was this year in particular, the staging so far for most countries have been either meeting expectations or in many cases exceeding expectations. So I'm so excited that so many people are bringing their A game. So let me go through the 10 countries that rehearsed today real quick, and then I'll share with you the ones that left the best first impression. Let's jump right into it. So Israel is first who rehearsed, and Noah, she did say that it is going to be phenomenal, and we should have listened to her because I'm going to be honest, that staging, it is going to look marvelous on camera. We've got a bunch of backup dancers, 5 to be exact, and the staging is going to look, as mentioned, phenomenal on camera. Now, the cube wall prop thing that they brought along, this will make it look like we're in a music video, I think, and she sounded vocally great, and I see a lot of dancing, moving around, and the musical part at the end, there's a whole lot dancing going on. Like, think of it as Eleni Ferreira or Chanel, lots of hair flipping back and forth, and if you're into that, then you have come to the right place. I'm mostly curious how this will connect the different parts of the song, because one thing is about the song, there are different genres in one song, and I was worried about how they're going to make it transition right and make it look still good. But it looks like they have a good concept here and loving the final product so far. And now I'm just waiting how it's going to look on camera. Cannot wait. But this is going to be great. Next up is Azerbaijan. And they have the approach that sometimes less is more. And in Azerbaijan's case, it may be actually making a whole lot of sense. The two young men, they stand on a heart-shaped podium and they play their guitars. That's what they're comfortable with, and I don't believe that there's much movement going on. They're just standing at the microphone. Again, I don't think the song doesn't call for crazy dancing or moving around. Now, the one twin wearing purple, the other one wearing I don't know, I call it always puke green, but that's not the most flattering color name, so I need to come up with a better name. But what I like about the staging is that they have this two prominent color thing going on, and they keep changing. That in itself is not maybe revolutionary or anything, but it always seems they always split it in halves. One twin is in blue, the other one in golden, then the next one is in purple, the next one standing in red. So it's just the camera will have to do a lot of overtime work here, the camera guy, because they are not doing anything. So they need to make that magic happen. I will say that I don't know if the staging itself will win over critics of the song, but I don't think it's going to make anyone mad or think this is going to completely destroy it. Overall, I think the staging is good. Czechia. I am actually so relieved. After the national final performance, we weren't sure what to expect, but I think Vesna is doing great, looking even better. Let me explain. First of all, some folks were not thrilled with the pink outfits that they're wearing. I saw online. I like them. I don't think that using some of the very dramatic colors they used in the music video is advisable here. Too distracting. Props they bring along, but nothing too dramatic. Just like standalone drums. The two of them are using, I think, and but a very interesting choreography because they're using like fake braids, and that's, I guess, another prop you can say. The LED that is being used is amazing. I mean, those hand shadows on the red background and the dark background, there's so many cool little effects. And when they're singing "We're Not Your Dolls," doing like dolls like movement, and just nifty. This is artsy without being too artsy for someone who doesn't like performances that are too artsy. Okay, I'm done saying the word artsy. It's just a great balance, I guess. And the quality sounded good in my book. Vocals, that was another concern for a lot of us, right, from the national final. I had worries that Czechia could be a potential surprise non-qualifier. Those fears have been laid to rest quite a bit right now, so very good first impression for sure. Then the Netherlands, so happy for the Dutch too. I'm so happy. They have been bombarded with criticism, so I could only imagine what would have happened if the staging would have sucked. Now, visually, it seems really nice. Both singers are on a revolving platform, and it can move around. They can move around. It spins, does all kind of things, adding a little cool layer for camera work. That's going to be exciting. Now, similar to 2014. You remember the Comlinets? It's a very intimate performance. It's not a copycat though, so don't get me wrong. I know that there are backup vocals as well to support them. Now, I couldn't quite tell how well they sang, so without judging that, that's always like a little caveat there. It's a concern, so we'll wait for that. But visually very pleasing. And once the smoke effect comes in that they have, it really, in the end of the song, it almost turns it into like a dreamy moment. And one of my concerns was the lack of chemistry between the two of them. But it seems to be improving as well. And the moment, which I assume might be the end of it, they put their heads on each shoulder, each head on their shoulders, and very touching and intimate, which is interesting. The song is kind of sad in itself, but the song almost feels heartwarming more than anything. The staging, I meant. And but we'll see. But yeah, great. Who's next? Finland! Why did Finland's odds have shortened, you may ask? Well, it's because people probably saw the rehearsal, and this is something out of this world. And I went into this with very high expectations because I saw the national final. It was so high, and they still managed to exceed my expectation. That's how amazing that was. Oh my god, it's aggressive, but not off-puttingly aggressive, and the backdrop looks amazing. The shadow effect, like a big shadow of Karya in the back when he's doing his movements. Powerful dancers are in a wooden crate, and then that opens up at some point, and then they are wearing funny Ken doll-like hair, but still their cha-cha-cha outfits. So I think of the national final performance, think of that, but way more grand and even more effective. And all the things that you could have improved upon, what we pointed out before, they did, from what we can tell. This is going to go big. Absolutely go big. I had goosebumps, and that's not the kind of song you usually would get goosebumps from, right? Now, when you see just a little bit and you're already mighty impressed, I can only imagine what the whole product may look like. And Finland, they in this, y'all. I'm so impressed, and Karya just owns the stage. Love everything about Finland. Denmark. I continue to be impressed with Denmark. Listen, they're not holding back either when it comes to staging, coming up with something really great in my book, bringing the music video, Breaking My Heart, and turning it into something that you can do on stage. It's a huge three-pronged revolving structure, spins around, then when you go into a different room, different colors with different feels, and he walks through doors that are within the prop to get there. Again, the camera work will be amazing, and it has a lot of eye-popping colors, pink, purple, green, red, all of that stuff, with emojis, hearts on there, and visually one of Denmark's best, if you ask me, in quite some time. By the way, when you see the pictures, ignore the outfit. He already said in his TikTok that this is going to change. People can still change the outfits, after the first rehearsal usually. In the betting odds, it's not even a top 10 qualifier right now, right? And that just is puzzling to me. Denmark, you should feel very, very excited and happy with what you have already. And just like so many other countries this year, like, you are not falling behind. So happy. Now, we didn't hear much, but the sounds to me vocally was fine. Though I'm still waiting for the chorus part, where that's how they're using the effect we've been talking about. But overall, Armenia. Well, my friends in Armenia, good news. Brunette was good. She did good and looked good. This platform that she has sitting on gives me somewhat of like Sergei Lazarev throwbacks, but obviously differently executed. The color projected on it, mesmerizing. And love her outfit. First of all, we got a little bit of glimpse of the first and last part of the song, because it's like basically broken out in 3 parts. I wish we would have gotten a bit more of the taste of the middle part, the rap part. We just have to be patient, I guess. Now, again, vocals sounded good, but the little we get, it's hard to give a full review here on that as well. So that's withholding. I don't think she ever climbed off that platform, so I just hoping that her just being on there doesn't come across as too static, I guess. That's my only concern. But again, once again, that's why you have cameramen or women doing all the legwork that she can't do. Colors are similar to Denmark in certain parts, like purple, pink, but I don't think that's an issue. The songs are so different, they're not going to cancel each other out. Very different vibes. Now, the lighting is also quite impressive, with the lights coming in, creating like a light wall almost. So this one, I can't wait to see the camera work, because I will let you know how dynamic it is. That is a big question mark. So as long as it's just not too static, this could look good. But the staging was really created for the camera as well, similar to Israel. Romania. So Theodore is wearing yellow suit with shorts, Pikachu socks. I hope that's not a trademark issue. Now, shocker. By the way, I didn't know we have a new version of the song. So it starts acoustic with him playing the guitar, sitting, and then later switches into the version that we're all familiar with. And it really gives a nice new touch, hoping to win over some of the potential doubters. His voice, unlike some of the other previous acts, already you can tell it is fantastic. There's one bigger note, long note with his raspy quality to it, just so good. I love that part. The staging with the lava running waterfall, beautiful as well. The thing that I'm confused about is the mismatch between the outfit and the staging. Throws me a little. I haven't quite wrapped my brain around the story behind the staging either. Especially when the female dancer comes in and wraps her hands down his naked chest and all of that stuff. And Theodore at some point also shows up on the backdrop, really big. I got to see the story behind it. Then the 2 female wearing like togas or whatever that is. So again, still rapping, lots of rapping going on in my brain. So this is probably the biggest question mark to me right now. I need to see the end product. Belgium is turning also the music video, kind of like what Denmark was doing, into a stage performance. And Gustaph's voice, so good. It's too good just to be a backup vocalist. I'm glad he gets to shine. That big notes at the end, out of this world. But being a backup singer himself previously, he understands the importance of live vocals and does not use pre-recorded backup vocals, and instead brings 3 fabulous backup singers on top of it. And we got to have stairs, right? We love those. We have a flight of stairs on stage. Always fun to have a staging that has like multiple levels to utilize. Gustaf's hat, by the way, I always dig. I always call it like the Kung Lao from Mortal Kombat. Just the Eurovision version of it. Now he's wearing a white suit jacket and then pink pants. Personally, I don't know if I would have chosen that color scheme, but then again, I mostly wear plain black t-shirts. Now this is already daring for me. So lots of movement, very talented dancer, by the way. Sometimes I think I call interpretive dancing. Lots of jumping, they move around a lot, very energetic, very interesting to watch. Lots of movement, colors, again, pink, purple, the 3rd time in this semifinal. So overall, a great package. Belgium, I think you can be proud. I just don't know if some may consider this as a little bit too camp, for the lack of a better word. As someone who didn't has a song super high up in my ranking, I only have to wait and see if this will make me want to go a little bit crazy over it. Right now, I just feel the same about it, but I can acknowledge objectively this was well executed. Cyprus. Andrew is in all black, and then with the top that shows some chest and arms. No visible props, but there's this big screen that comes down from the ceiling. I guess that's a prop. Heavy usage of LED effects, colors, both the back and the floor, plenty of that, and smoke. Then we have the fire and water backdrop and creating a dramatic effect, actually. And let me tell you, he hits those high notes that so many people were worried about. So happy for him. He can do it. Now, when you watch it from the audience, this may seem once again a little bit more static, but this is once again meant to be performed to the camera. So I'm waiting. All those layers of effects, I have a really good feeling that this will come together just nicely. So Cyprus can go back to the hotel tonight, take a sigh of relief, crack open a beer or whatever you want to drink, your choice of beverage, and relax, because you're getting the tentative thumbs up from me. Now, I'm waiting for everything. So as you can see, overall, a very good first day, very good first impression. So I always give myself, you know, which 3 songs impressed me the most. So this will be tough. Let me say, in third place, I just put Czechia, and I think this is going to be just a moment. I'm waiting for the vocals to hear a little bit more, but it sounded good from what we heard, and this is it's just very creative without being too artsy, basically. And I just really had so many concerns about Czechia, and the fact that they are now being put to rest. I had to put them in my top 3 of best first impressions. In second place, I'm putting Denmark. Denmark, to me, really raised the bar here with that staging, and it is not an easy prop. There's a lot of moving. I think it was Emma on our live stream who pointed out, you know, was it Gabe? I don't remember. One of them mentioned that it was a little bit of a, you know, the movements reminded them of like what Rosa Lynn did in Armenia last year. So I can see that, because there is, you know, big walls. You have to move a certain way, you know, because you have to walk with the camera and whatnot. But from what we're seeing, we have to see the camera work. It's going to look pretty good, I'm sure. But just the creativity with that staging really blew me away, and I cannot wait. So really mighty impressed. And then my number 1 I'm putting, and I'm glad I get to do that, because again, my bar was already this high. It is Finland. It is one of those moments, even though I haven't seen the whole thing yet, you're just so happy and blown away by what you see. It is, energetic wise, absolutely 100% the entire time, it seems. And the changes that they implemented, I did not expect to be this impressed by them. It's just exactly right. Like, I feel like they hit the jackpot with everything. It's coming together so well. So I'm just blown away by this. And my entire team kind of felt the same way. So this is just keeps going, up and up in our, like, you know, like the bar. How much higher can you bring it? Karya, stop it. Don't stop it. Never ever stop. I also always throw out some honorable mentions, and I want to put both Israel and Armenia into this one. I may have not put them in my top 3 in terms of best impressions, because both performances to me require a lot of more visual camera work, right? Because they're very much working with the cameras, and for me to really have a judgment to see how it looks, I need to see that. But both of them were also fantastic, and watch the next video when I get to see more of that. So there you have it, the 10 performances of the night, as well as my first best impressions. Let me know who impressed you. I'd love to hear. Leave your thoughts below in the comment section. Also, like this video if you don't mind. I forgot to tell you at the beginning. And I will see you in the next video.